SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Here we go. Another SoundOff, another great sports show coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook. That would be Horseshoe Casino, by the way. Hey, 2 out of the 3 wise guys. That's fine by us, right?
I'm okay with that.
Notice the gap in the middle.
We got to have vacation time. You know, we have to take days off every now and then.
We just kicked Scooter Hobbs off for a week
because
we just wanted the show to ourselves. All right, we will recap and dissect college football's 2 semifinal games. You know who they were, and that will lead, of course, to next Monday's.
Right now with college football, this is it.
We're almost it. It's Notre Dame and Ohio State. We'll preview that game in the Thursday night SoundOff, but we got to talk about the semifinals.
We do.
I got both of them right. You were 1 out of 2.
Whatever.
You went to the SEC. You said Texas has to win.
That's where my heart said.
I had to throw that out there. All right, we've got a wild NFL wildcard weekend to get into. One surprise loser, I'll tell you who that was.
Yeah, we both
Mike
know that.
Vrabel is off the coaching board. Dallas Cowboy head coach Mike McCarthy is still on the board now. He's accepting calls. We'll explain what's going on with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. All right, we got Cowboy basketball for McNeese to get into.
Great basketball.
I asked the question, will Will Wade ever be totally happy with this team? No. Ever?
And you can see why.
That's okay.
We were at the game, and we'll talk about it later, but
that's
wow,
okay.
What a game.
All right, and another tragic story surrounding a former LSU player,
Rick,
and this time it's Kyron Lacey.
We definitely
don't weigh in on that just yet.
I have a lot to say about
special
that.
guest it would be the third chair this week.
Third chair this
that
week,
would be McNeese Chief of Staff for Football, General Manager Aaron Ingram will be with us later on in the show. We'll talk about what? QB1.
Oh, yeah.
Always my favorite subject, transfers, roster building, and the like. All right, let's get going with Notre Dame and Ohio State. That's the championship matchup.
That is.
But I want to back up a little bit. The 12-team format, first year ever, I give it a solid B. I'm talking about the format and the process. I give it a solid B.
I'll say B minus.
Okay, we're close in the same ball.
Because some games, Rick, you and I know, Boise, come on now.
How did
that happen?
They got most of the teams right, minus SMU, and I'll throw shade on Clemson. I didn't have a problem with Boise State. Clemson and SMU. And the big fly in the pie was that quarterfinal matchup with the Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. Somehow the seedings got off on that.
But
that
Rick,
was the fly in the pie.
Oregon was number 1 for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you get that wrong?
I guess they didn't think.
How do you get that wrong?
They didn't. Well, no, they got it right with the number 1 seed.
Oh, they got it.
I don't think they thought Ohio State.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They proved them wrong. All right. Both semifinals were great games. We start with Notre Dame and Penn State. Defensive battle, close game. You kind of knew it was going to be one of those gritty kind of games.
You did.
Look, at one point Notre Dame was down 2 starting offensive linemen, and their starting quarterback went to the bench with a concussion.
Yeah. Look, let me tell you something. In the years past, when we played Notre Dame down in South,
you're not gonna dog on the Irish.
I can remember the days when they had a receiver that was Tim Brown.
Okay. Hall of Famer.
Okay. And you know, after that, Rick, it seemed like they just went run heavy. Get the big guys. Yeah. That's what it became. Now?
Oh no.
Notre Dame runs the spread, dude.
Well, they do. They got good running
spread.
backs. They do. Look, Riley Leonard, the transfer out of Duke. Look, he's not spectacular. But when he came back in the game, he made the throws when he had to, and he ran the football. And Marcus Freeman and that coaching staff knows his limitations and knows what he can do and do well. And I think they used him right.
And I think every coaching staff that knows the people that they have at certain positions should know the ability of what they can do and the extent of what they can't do. And Marcus Freeman did not expose any of his players to doing things that they can't do, Rick.
Well.
And Rick, some coaches want to put kids out there on the limb.
Right.
You can't. If you're a pocket quarterback, why you got this kid running outside the pocket trying to throw the ball? Stop that.
Well,
stop
the other side, James Franklin. Look, you don't get to Penn State without being a good coach. But Drew Allard, this quarterback, he was turnover resistant all year.
All year.
He had 2 picks that were called back due to penalty. He was throwing interceptions left and right, and you know what happened late in the game.
But Rick, you know what happened there. When you do that, Rick, it's when you can see the other team is starting to take over. Because now you become a little bit, the word I'm using, not
nonchalant.
No, the word I'm looking for anyway, what I'm looking for is not threatened, but you get a little bit nervous, scared to say, we got to make a move
it
on
tightened
something.
up.
And you start taking chances, Rick.
Up.
But you got to credit Marcus Freeman, and we can't say this enough. 3 years in, Rick?
Yeah, look, the late in the game when Penn State was driving to possibly win the game, I mean, that was an ill-advised pass play. Now, Franklin didn't want him to throw over the middle, obviously.
No.
But he did. No. And that's why Allard, I think it's Drew Allard, he ain't going in the NFL draft this year. I mean, come on. He took some steps back, so he's going to come back to Penn State for sure.
He should not have done that.
But the pick set up the winning field goal by Notre Dame, and, the rest is history. But let me tell you, that touchdown, I think it was in the first half, by Jeremiah Love for the Fighting Irish, that was the most impressive play for me. I mean, he broke 3 tackles and just willed himself in and stretched to score the touchdown.
When you look at it,
unbelievable play.
And maybe we threw a little bit of shade on Notre Dame throughout the year because we've always known them to be the type of running team, run, throw if you have to. That's the mantra for Notre Dame. Run, throw if you have to. And I'll tell you, Marcus Freeman has changed the landscape of how they do things over in South Bend, Rick.
No doubt.
Let me tell you, man.
Let's shift to the boys from Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
Ohio State and Texas. The
now,
SEC.
this one hurts my feelings, but go ahead. This one hurts my feelings, Rick.
I mean, look, Ohio State punched them. The Longhorns punched back.
They punched back, Rick.
Quinn Ewers got a couple of touchdown tosses. They got it to 14-14. Let's fast forward to near the end of the game. We talked about it, right? Texas is driving to win the game.
To win the game, Rick.
Win the game. It's like first, second, and third, and 1. And Steve Sarkisian tosses the football backwards
7 yards
to run laterally.
7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Come on, Rick. Now.
I mean, Ohio State's secondary is good and fast, and
Rick, those linebackers,
they had
Rick,
no chance on that one.
They were running lights out, man. Rick, I never thought that he would have advanced the ball 7 yards from the line of scrimmage.
I don't get it. I'm
totally confused now. Even if he
put Arch Manning in and run it. They did it earlier in the game.
He was trying to get to the edge, Rick. Come on, man. Bring the ball to the right side of the field and run it left. Don't put it into the boundary.
Exactly. Texas fans cannot blame Ewers because what happened? He has to throw the next play.
He's got to.
Yes, the O-lineman, the tackle, missed the block on Sawyer, but it's not Ewers' fault that he got hit, fumbled, and the ball pops right to his ex-roommate, and he goes 82 yards for the win. Into Buckeyes legend and lore forever.
But the funniest on all of this is this.
Unbelievable.
Sawyer, his roommate, when he was there, he said, after the game, he walked up to him, he said, wow, what a play. You would say, dude, you suck.
He said it that was clean, right?
Yeah.
Something tells me he didn't say exactly that. I don't know. We're up against the clock. Round 2 of Sound Off from Caesars Sportsbook. When we come back, stay right there.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
What's bugging you? Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
We're back at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Yes.
Coming up very soon, like January 25, it's called Fast Free Play for $22,000 here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. Here's how it works. $22,000 at stake. On January 25, every 15 minutes, they're going to pick a winner. All right, and your chance to win $1,000 free casino play every 15 minutes.
You mean pick a winner just calling a random name out?
Random name, but you got to enter. So you got to get your Caesars Rewards card swiped, that whole thing.
Wow.
But you got to be here.
Wow.
Every 15 minutes, you get a chance to win $1,000. But you got to be here because it's one of those progressive things. It's
you
like
just
in golf.
be here. I mean, you got to be here.
That $1,000 that is unclaimed after 3 minutes is going to the end of the night with a progressive roll-up. It's kind of like when we play skins and I win the last hole for $100 for you.
You always do.
That's how it works like that. All right, right here, Fast Free Play, January 25 here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. You can have a chance to win Well, the pot is 22 grand. Go
That
here.
is
All right.
awesome, man.
Look what our guest coming up brought us. It's shiny and new. Why
that
don't you
the new
grab?
helmet?
We'll
Is
grab
that
the
the new
gold
helmet,
one.
Rick?
Well, that's their new white helmet for the McNeese Cowboys. I
Wow,
like it.
Rick. Oh,
Aaron Ingram
wow.
coming up later on in the show brought us out
wow.
as a special gift for the show. I like that. I love
like
the white
that too,
helmets.
Rick.
All right,
I do.
We're going to kick it in fifth gear here because we'll speed along here. Cowboy basketball. Our show production was canned prior to McNeese's Monday night game with Houston Christian. Don't know the final.
Right.
But the way these guys are playing, we're going to get into that in a minute.
Come on, Rick. Now.
The Cowboys are, Vegas spread has the Cowboys favored by 14. I think they're going to win their 17th straight game
on, Rick.
in conference play, which
Yeah.
is a school record, by
I
the way.
think they will, Rick.
All right, let's go to Saturday's game with McNeese and Nichols.
We
Tough,
both were there. We both were
tough
there.
physical game.
Good
it was a
game.
football hockey game
I have never
on a
seen
basketball
a
court.
basketball defensive game that physical. I mean,
You
Rick,
didn't
come
know,
on.
you didn't go to North Texas
Maybe
then,
I
because
did.
this
Maybe
was
I missed that one. I missed on
this
Texas.
was a good one though. All right, so it's an
Unbelievable.
in-your-face, chippy. That I loved it.
It was.
Great, but I asked a question earlier in the show. Will Will Wade ever be totally happy with this Cowboy basketball team? And maybe he shouldn't be, because that's the motivation factor.
He sees
But
the
here's
potential,
some clips. These are in quotation marks.
Yeah.
This is Wade's post-game presser. Nichols was tougher and more physical than we were. Remember, they won by 9. All right,
Yeah.
they're on a winning streak. We escaped with the win because of our talent. We were weak inside, letting Nichols take the ball from us like willy-nilly. We were lackadaisical and goofy, I love that word, in their pregame prep. Goofy, I don't know where he got that from. You can't win, you can't judge this win just by the scoreboard. You got to judge it against his high standards. Great line. You got to judge it.
Yep.
And everyone in the league is going to be looking at this game and coming to the Cowboys and wanting to play them physical and pound on them.
Okay.
This was after a 9-point win
Can I
over
say
a very
something?
good Nichols team. I
You
don't
and-
blame him for saying
you
it,
and
but
I
I'm wondering
both
if he's
was at
ever
the
going to be
game.
totally happy.
But if I'm not mistaken, Rick, didn't the Cowboys want to scrap 2 or 3 times, and I think they were called back from wanting to scrap with them? Okay.
It got scrappy, all right.
So maybe I don't know what game. Maybe I was watching a different game.
No, look,
but Will Wade, you've got some guys that can play.
he knows that. He's just
Can
saying
play.
he wants to get the message to the guys, match that talent with toughness.
I got you.
I'm buying into
Yeah,
that.
I
you got
got
you got to match
I got you,
toughness
but I haven't
with
seen
toughness.
one of them that's back down yet, Rick.
I'm
Not
kind of
one.
leaning your way. All right, NFL wildcard weekend. The biggest surprise, I think, the loser was the LA Chargers. I mean, Justin Herbert,
I mean,
3
serious?
interceptions all over the regular
That's
season.
not like
Just
him.
3.
He
He
threw
throws 4 against
Rick,
Houston.
what the heck? What?
Just a
I mean,
lousy
Houston is good,
game.
but come on now.
Your boy Derek Stingler came up with 2 of them.
Yeah.
He had a pick
I mean,
6. It was turnover.
It was crazy.
That
man.
was
I
a
mean,
shocker. All right,
That was. Wow.
not a shocker. Jalen Daniels for the Washington Commanders. The Heisman winner, the Louisiana legend, even though he's not
Rick,
from here. He's from California,
Rick,
by the way.
Rick, let me tell you
NFL
something, man.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is just spectacular.
Rick, does this kid play best when he's under pressure? Ask me
Obviously
that, and I
he
can tell
does.
you yes, even at LSU. Rick,
Obviously he does.
This kid looked like he lives for these moments. And let me tell you something.
Money-
when you look for
money downs,
quarterbacks
money
down
downs.
the road, if this kid can stay healthy, Rick, he's going to
took
be a
some
hell of
shots.
He's going to be a
The
hell of a
Buccaneers put some
quarterback.
shocks on him, too, and he came
After
up.
this year, he's going to put some weight on.
Yeah,
The system
he
is
needs
built
to.
like that. But let me tell you something, Rick. Just composure. Rick, come on, man.
He was
Rick, but I tell you what, the loser in this game would have been the field goal kicker. You would not have come back to the locker room.
I'm going to get on that in a minute.
Dude, don't even come to the locker room.
Well,
Dude, keep going.
let me go
Keep
back.
going,
let me go back
dude.
to Daniels. The money downs, 3rd downs, 4th downs.
Rick, let me tell you something.
He's unflappable. He's exceptional. He's
His coaches, Rick,
exceptional.
can you imagine? You're going to put the ball in the rookie's hand to win the game. Think about what I'm just saying, y'all.
He's no longer.
You're in a playoff game.
But he's not your normal rookie.
You're in a playoff game. The coaching staff is going to put the ball in the hands of
No.
a rookie to win it.
Because he's
What?
literally he's top
What?
10 in the NFC.
Are you kidding
He's
me?
top 10 in the NFC quarterback.
Rick,
he's
are you
that
kidding me?
good. All right. Did anybody notice? Maybe it was just me. The Washington kicker. He's going in to kick the game winner. He took his helmet off 10 times and he's rubbing his head. I'm thinking, is it superstitious? Zane Gonzalez. Is that his process?
Wait, look.
You saw it?
I was watching the game.
He
with
kept
my
rubbing his
kids,
head.
with my daughter and my wife. They picked up on that. They said, Kevin, is this dude going to kick the field goal? Or what, he's getting his hair redone? Or he's got some kind of commercial
I don't
for
know.
a hair product or what? Everybody thought
He
had
put the
some
helmet
commercial.
on.
He took it off.
He took it off, rubbed his hair, on, off, on, off. I'm thinking
Everybody
Dan
knows
Quinn
it.
on the Commanders coach have to say,
Dude.
no, you're too nervous. I'm not taking it. I don't know what was going on. It's crazy.
Kick the ball.
Zane got, and he
Rick,
kicked it, but he doinked it. He
How many-
doinked it and it went
How
in.
many kicks have we seen, Rick, this year
Oh, my
that's been
gosh.
doinked and went the other way?
Unbelievable.
And went the
Unbelievable.
other. It was meant to be, Rick.
All right, we got a lot to
It
talk
was
about.
meant
That
to
was
be,
just
man.
funny. All right.
Wow.
Look, Green Bay at Philly. Jordan Love stunk. He stunk. 3 turnovers. Philly. And this was a wonky game.
let me tell you
22
what
to
Jordan
10.
does.
He just had a bad.
After he lost his he lost 3 receivers, Rick.
I know that. I know, but
he just felt
he was
I've
awful.
got to do something. And what he did, Rick, he took the game into his hands, and he shouldn't have, because you know what? You got a hell of a running back.
Josh Jacobs is a beast.
You
I
have a hell
still
of a running
believe
back,
the
dude.
Eagles, and they'll play at home in the next round, either against whoever wins between the Vikings and the Rams.
Well, you know.
I like the Eagles, even though this was a wonky game.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the NFL coaching thing. All right, Mike Vrabel, no-brainer. He's the new head coach of the New England Patriots. Got it.
Well, yeah.
Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones, they don't come to accord. He's gone after 5 years, only one playoff. You know there's speculation and you don't know who Jerry Jones is going to call.
We know, and he's in
It
Texas.
could be Deion Sanders.
No, he's in Texas. The guy he's going to hire. He's in Texas, and that's all I'll say. He's in the state of Texas. The guy he's going to hire. That's all I'll say.
He hired Barry Switzer one time, years and years
He
ago.
did. But
I
the
don't know
guy
who
he's
he's
going
gonna
to
call.
hire is in the state of Texas.
And you're not going to share with us?
Because I don't want to be wrong.
Oh, you don't want to be wrong, but you want to say he's in the state of Texas.
But Texas is a big state.
It is a big state. I mean,
Mike McCarthy, it was time, Rick.
It was
Rick, come on
time.
now.
He'll get a job.
I've been saying this for he'll get a job. Yes, he will.
Thursday we'll talk about the Saints coaching
Look.
search. Mickey Loomis is going to call Mike McCarthy. He's
He,
going to call
he
him.
may end up in New Orleans, okay?
He could.
He may end up in New Orleans. But let me tell you something. It was time. Mike McCarthy started writing on the
One
wall.
playoff win.
It was time.
Yeah.
He lost the locker room, Rick. You had players, man, that was saying he's got to go.
His
We
hands
can't
were
play for him.
tied. His hands were tied. The
time was up,
roster
Rick.
sucked.
His time was up. His time
Jerry
was up,
Jones
Rick.
could end up calling John Gruden, my guy, Pete Carroll. Who knows? I mean, he'll go off on the board.
It's-
That's going to be an interesting
it is,
storyline.
Rick.
That's all right. Up against the clock. McNeese, general manager, football
Yes.
operations. Aaron Ingram. We're talking portal when we come back.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling.
And tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
All right, welcome back to Caesar Sportsbook. Always reminding you, great food, great music, great times
Yes.
across the way at Bruce Brothers this weekend on stage. That's coming up Friday. It's the Twanksters Union. Show starts at 9. Live music at Bruce Brothers. Have
You
a
like
good
the
time.
Twanksters?
Do I like the who?
Twanksters.
The Twanksters? I'll go with Morgan Wallen. How's that one?
all right.
Put me on the
All right,
spot
dude.
there. But
All
the
right, dude.
Twanksters
No, the
Union
Twanksters-
could be good.
I've heard of him, Rick. Come on, I've heard of him.
All right, let's welcome
now.
back McNeese football general manager, chief of staff, Aaron Ingram. So
Yeah.
kind to join us here. Glad to have you back. It's been a while.
It
First
has been
time
a
in
while.
our friendly new confines
Yeah, it's pretty
at,
nice.
at Horseshoe Casino
guys
here.
moving on up in the
we
world.
are
Look,
moving
we're
on
trying,
up.
we're
Yeah.
trying, we're
Here
trying.
we are. All right. Look, you're always making headlines this time of year. You are making headlines.
I don't know if it's
Okay.
me. You
Yeah.
know, it takes a village.
It takes a,
takes a village,
all
right?
All right, here
Takes a
we go.
village.
Let's start with QB1, the position.
Yeah.
Texas
Who
Tech
wants
FBS transfer Jake Strong coming in. The offense is going to center around this young man. I know the coach speaks, spring girls got to win the job, that whole thing. What sets him apart? What's so good about him?
You know,
Jake Strong.
You go through this process, and I was lucky enough. I never thought I'd have another shot with Jake. You know, I've known Jake since he was 10. He was in the development program that I used to run at USA Football. There was a massive connection. Coach V was walking down the hall saying, "Hey, there's a quarterback that's leaving Texas Tech," and
Who?
you know, and he said, "Jake Strong." I said, "Oh,
Wow.
you're kidding me!" And
How
so
ironic
I called
there.
Dad real quick. He was actually on his way to a visit at SFA, going through TSA when I called Jake, and I said, "Hey, no matter what you do, don't commit to anything till you come see us.
Yeah.
Just come see us." And then it was just a snowball effect from there. Getting on the phone with our new offensive coordinator Tyler Bolfing, getting
Yeah.
a relationship developed with Jake and him.
Tyler's also from Texas, right?
Tyler's
Because Strong is from North Texas.
correct. So
Just in
so
Texas or something.
Just in Texas, correct. Right outside of that Dallas side of it there, and it's a good little tie-in. He has all the intangibles of what McNeese is and what it stands for, not just as a football program, but as a community, as a school, everything. He's one of those guys you go and you look for a problem. Like when you go and recruit, we all do it, right? What's wrong with him? What's he looking for? You're not going to find anything.
You got to vet the guys.
You
got to vet them.
and you're not going to find anything. That's one of those things.
That's good to hear.
4.0 student his whole life. You know, he's just extremely well spoken. I've had more people in the community tell me, "Oh my God, I've met Jake Strong. What a great young man!" Like, it's in the double digits already. It's almost triple digits on how many people have stopped me.
It's kind of like a Kevin Guidry. You know what I mean?
Kind of, very similar. Very
You
similar.
can't throw like Jake Strong. I'll give you this though. I love the names you're bringing in. I mean, you had the killer from Oklahoma. Now you got Strong from Texas. I mean, you got the names.
We try to look through it. If they have like a, just a John Smith, they're out.
Nah, they're
out.
Not,
Go for it.
They're not good
program,
enough,
just
right?
And one of the things that we talk about, and we love to talk football, man. McNeese has been has been going through this for quite some time to build a program that's going to be able to win, sustain that.
Yep, sustain.
And that's what hasn't happened. Mm-hmm. Do you think the portal can be the answer to the needs of what McNeese need as a university to put this program on the right track? Because you got so many people out there that are real skeptical. It's like, here we go again.
Yep.
Here we go again. And you're hearing it. You're hearing it.
Well, Aaron,
you should.
Let's be honest. There's been some misses and there's been some hits from the portal, and that's going to happen, right?
My point.
They're going to be now. The problem is the group of fives, the FCSs. When you get into the portal and you start doing this stuff, the margin of error is so much smaller.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I can't go down into BR and be with the Purple Tiger. They can miss.
You're right.
They
you're
can
right.
miss.
You're right. But you're right.
We can't miss.
No, you can't.
So
What you say makes so much sense.
We have to do a better job of vetting, making sure it's a fit academically, athletically, socially, geographically. You know what I mean? When guys go into the portal, one of the great things we've done, especially with this class, is we're bringing the talent from Louisiana back home. They're going to leave. Sometimes they're going to leave, right?
That's right.
We all want to spread our wings and go
I know
and see
what you're
it,
saying.
You know what I mean?
I
New
know
York City is
exactly.
a cool place, right?
I
No,
know
it's
exactly
not.
what
New
you're
York
saying.
sucks.
Yeah.
Right? And then come back home.
Yeah.
Come back home, and you're seeing a lot of that with this class. You're seeing that. Now, to answer the portal question, and you're not going to like the answer, I'm sorry. Don't shoot me.
No.
But it's yes and no, because if you go and just dive in and go all portal, it's a lot of work now.
It is.
And it's a constant turnover, and it's constant work. You're never building, you're never evaluating, you're never developing. You know what I mean? I think identification, evaluation, development, all that stuff still happens in football when they're saying it's not.
Development's cute.
Development's
I
big,
totally agree
and
with you on that.
retention is big.
huge.
It is.
Retention.
Now, let me ask this. What is more important, Aaron, going to the guy that last coached this kid and him being honest with you?
Oh, wow.
How big is that?
That's real big.
Because you know what, Aaron? He can say what he want to say, but you've got to know, is this guy really
He wants him
telling
off
me
his
the-
books, right?
Yeah,
It's a business now. He wants him off his books.
Good point.
But also, my thing is, okay, can you look yourself in the mirror at night or in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, you spit the toothpaste out and you splash some water in your face? Are you being honest with yourself in the mirror to say, you know, I did right by this young man? Right? You have
See,
to do some of that too, right?
I know.
if not,
Self-reflection, man. You
why
got to.
did we get into this
Why
business?
did we get into this?
Right?
Because at
Gotta
the
help
end of
the
the day, it's
guys.
about the kids.
Correct. It still
That's
is.
right.
Still is.
Aaron Ingram, he is the McNeese football chief of staff general manager. I call him the prince of the portal because that's, there's a line from the show on Landman. It's Billy Bob Thornton. And a sheriff yells at him, "Man, I don't want your job." And Billy Bob Thornton's over his shoulder, "You'll never want my job." Kind of like you. Nobody. It's a tough job. I know what you're talking about.
It is.
Talking, retention, development,
It is.
that whole thing. Look, the portal giveth and it taketh away.
Correct.
It does.
All right,
It does.
All-American linebacker Micah Davey.
Yes.
In short, why did he end up leaving McNeese and going to UTEP for 1 year, his senior year?
We knew, Rick.
Well, no, we didn't know. But
it's-
why? Why
now,
did he go?
I had a great relationship with Micah. I saw Micah today, actually. This morning, he was on campus still here. So I stopped. Coach V and I saw him this morning and said hi. I have coffee with Micah. Every day he's on campus, he sits in my office, have a cup of coffee, and we talk like two old men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And crack. And like I teased him, I said, hey, the coffee's going to last a lot longer now because you ain't drinking it. But, we were teasing. But I think bottom line, Sundays is the goal for all of them, right?
Yeah.
If they come and they don't want to have Sundays as the goal, I almost worry about those guys if they don't.
I agree.
And Micah wants to take a jump and take a shot at higher competition, higher this. Now, nothing against him, but, you know, I have my feelings on a lot of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's higher. I really don't.
Yeah.
But, you know, the same thing I told him, I'll tell the whole world, you know, hey, call me in April.
Yeah.
When it opens back up, if it's not what you like,
you're right.
Hey.
You're right.
In our final seconds, because we're going to have Aaron back on a Thursday night show and talk in depth about some things, but 15 seconds left. How are you involved? How much are you involved in prep development with the coaches and the programs in Louisiana and Texas?
You know what? Right now, if there's
on the high school level,
if there's a better one, I want to know. I really want to see it because, you know, this weekend we're getting ready. We got a huge high school visit coming in. I'm really excited. We're going to sign anywhere from 10 to 13 high school kids from either Louisiana or that East Texas, that I-10 corridor. We're taking it back. We're taking it back.
I don't know if I've ever had a number come from anybody at that school that high.
Yeah. Okay. Well, write it down.
Oh,
I don't
we
know
are going to
about
write it down.
That's how confident we feel.
Because that's high.
That's
Aaron Ingram, Chief of Staff for Cowboy Football. He's going to come back with us on the Thursday night show, so don't miss that. We're coming back with final round, sound off when we come back.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
All right, many thanks for McNeese, Chief of Staff of Football, Aaron Ingram, for joining us. Always fun to have him. Very informative, very insightful. A man who kind of manages the personnel and the roster and the portal. The portal, my gosh. All right, look. We don't want to be a downer to end the show, but here are the facts. Former LSU star receiver Kyron Lacy over the weekend was arrested and booked into the Lafourche Parish Jail He turned himself in on charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, reckless operation of a vehicle. Back in mid-December, if you don't know the story.
I mean, what's the hurry?
State police report that driving a Dodge Charger, speeding, passing in a non-passing lane, caused a head-on collision. A 78-year-old man died in the wreck. 2 others were injured. He's now sitting in jail. How do you get these young men to slow down and understand the consequences of stupid decisions?
There is nothing that's going to make me do what he did 10 o'clock in the morning.
No.
You getting ready to get drafted, kid. This is my problem, Rick. You got to put people with these kids at this point in their life.
You do.
I keep saying this to people at LSU. You've got to do this.
It's sad. It's a sad tale. Young people out there.
Good kid, man.
Slow down. Obey the laws. If you... I don't know. Get somebody as a driver. I don't know. We got to end it on that. Kevin Goodyear, Rick Sarah, Scooter Howes will be back with us next week on SoundOff. Have a great sports week, everybody.